What do you mean we're going? You're a lifeboat. I just bailed out.
So just to clarify this, so Pythian was behind you getting dreams when you were 12 years old,
right,
and helped you develop this electromagnetic fusion containment,
right,
engine, and then setting place this chain of events that led you being taken to Area 51 and this underground facility where you found the real...
How do you make a story up like that? I can't. I don't know who the hell can. Do you know anybody who can do that? I mean, that's complicated. Filled with lots of people along the way. Lots of events. She had years. That's another thing. How long have you been there? She said, well, when I first landed here, where'd you come from? I was in a war. What war? A war between light and evil is still going on. It's fought between the galaxies. What? There's nothing out there but dark matter. Oh no. She told me in 1971, she said, there are hundreds of solar systems between the galaxies. We never saw one until they just parked that damn satellite out there, that new one. James Webb.
The James Webb Space Telescope?
Yes, James Webb Telescope. It turns on and guess what it found? Dozens and dozens of damn solar systems between the galaxies. Just like she said. And I said, where are you from? Oh, me and my people are born between the galaxies. Like whales in deep oceans. Yeah, it's a good analogy. How old are you? Well, we couldn't date. How's that sense of humor? You got humor? Yeah. Well, how old are you? I'm 13 and a half. You a teenager? Billion years old. Billions of years? Hell, we're lucky to hear people thousands of years old or a million years old. No, nothing that's a big 13. The galaxy is only 14 and a half, 15 billion. Yeah, we were the first things made.
So what you encountered was this engine that is 13.5 billion years old with a consciousness.
Yep.
That is integrated into that.
Yep.
And that was crashed or was part of an ancient war and it's been there for...
They took a blast from something, their enemy. They even told me the name. I can't remember it. Started with an N. Sounded like Nazi, I swear it did. Anyway, they took a blast in the side. She comes sailing in to the nearest galaxy, the Milky Way. And she said, do you know where you are in the galaxy? Yeah, we're on the very outermost arm on the outside. Which means you're the first Class M planet I ran into. The very first one. I was hurt, so I had to find a Class M planet quick. You were the first I came up on. When I landed, it was an ocean. Where are they now? They're part of the Great Basin. Nevada. It sits in the Great Basin. It used to be an ocean. I said, well, how old are you? She said, 30.5 million. Well, how long have you been lying here? Hundreds of millions of years for you. I landed in an ocean. Now I'm in a dry lake bed. I mean, God almighty. Well, what's with this damn Air Force? She goes, is that what you call them? Yeah, they're Air Force personnel. She says, we got another name for them. What? Black Hearts. We will not work with Black Hearts anymore. We've been here long enough.
So what happened to the crew of the...
I asked her, I said, okay, so there's you and the ship and the crew. What happened? I was jettisoned at the first. When Beirut was tore all to hell, the USS Enterprise pulled up. And you know what it did? It ran power cables into the city and they ran off the nuclear reactors of the carrier for years. So that makes total sense. Standard procedure, they're going down, they jettison their their power plant. She drops out. skids into a stop. Ship goes on. Crew's gone. Where'd they go? She don't know. I wonder who got hold of them. She said, never heard from them again. I said, well, that's not a good story. I said, are you okay? She goes, yeah, I'm fine. I'm a lot better now with you. Yeah, let's talk about that for a minute. You're telling me I'm a lifeboat? What, I'm going to have to carry your ass around with me for the rest of my life? Yeah. She goes, what are you going to do? I ain't going to tell nobody this story. Not until I'm about dead. Because I don't want to hear the shit that I'm going to have to pick up on it. But that explains a lot of things. She says, like what? How, when they did a scan on me, there were 2 brain scans. And that's documented. Call Emery. Ask him what did he find.
So Emery Smith did a brain scan or looked at your brain scan?
No, he did a whole body scan. He said, there's another person in you. What? It's a female. What? How do you know? He said, look at it. He said, look at the schematics. There's 2 separate there are 2 of you. He said, no wonder we couldn't figure out what was going on with you. And that's just the start of things. All through my life.
So you're carrying the consciousness of this ancient being, Pythium, that is... Pythium, that is 14 billion years old.
Yeah.
And has...
13, 14 billion, yeah.
That has all of this
knowledge, yeah.
This knowledge over...
And this... Now, you want to be put in your place?
Yeah, please.
Okay. Not everybody runs on a Julius Caesar calendar, Michael. Because I asked her, I said, where the hell's your people? We down, a pilot goes down, we go after him, buddy. I mean, we pack up and take off. And she says, yeah, that's on your chronological timeline, and not everybody runs on a Julius Caesar calendar. And I went, well, where does that leave you? She goes, my family's coming. Your family? Part of the battle fleet. I went, you got an armada coming this way? God almighty damn, why you got... And she said, relax, we don't conquer worlds. But if we did, we would put yours out of its misery. I said, sense of humor again. Okay, I agree with that. But she said, but then there's yous. Or she said, in your vernacular, use them. There's using. You know. We'll ask people in the South, what using doing over there?
She said when this fleet is arriving?
No. But she said they've been en route for a while, which means they could be here any time.
So this was in 1971, so they could have arrived a couple of years ago.
Absolutely, we don't know.
Well, people are saying...
Well, like I said...
People are saying a big fleet arrived in the vicinity of Jupiter, and that Space Command sent an armada to greet them.
It gets better. I went, where are you in this family thing? Are you the first daughter, second daughter? She goes, well, we have a hierarchy. Really? Like patriarch, matriarch? Yeah. It's mostly matriarch. Female driven. And you're a female. Where are you in this? Well, let's just say my mother's the queen. You're a princess? Are you serious? I said, I can't get just an ordinary alien. I got to get a princess. She said, now your humor is good. I said, lady, I'm so far from humor it's not funny. I'm just short of freaking out here.
Can you just explain, I mean, Pythium, the consciousness, we have the consciousness of the ship, of the engine, and of the crew. I mean, how can an engine be a princess?
Because they're inorganic and organic technology. They're not like us. They're machine driven. So whatever top machine was, her mother, is the ruling body of that entire organization or entity or whatever. I don't know. I'm not one of them.
Okay, well, you know, I mean, I think of the series
But
Transformers.
she's not. See, you're thinking human.
Now, Transformers is machines.
Right, this is
machines.
something else. So I'm sitting there going, and I have been so many times I've been corrected. And I thought, damn, I don't understand any of this shit. She said, that's okay, you're really not expected to. I said, I always tell my friends, I'm crazy, so they don't expect anything out of me. They go, he's crazy. Oh, okay. It's like, he's from Canada. Oh, okay. And she goes, good humor. She goes, my family's gonna love you. I went, oh God, I'm having a hard enough time with just one of you. And I said, well, what now? I said, I had 5 heart attacks in 4 days. I should be dead. I died twice on the table. You can talk to my doctor, Dr. McDonald. He'll tell you, yeah, he was dead. Brain activity gone, no heart activity for a minute. Hit him with the paddles one more time before I call him. Boom, blows him off the table, comes back down. As soon as he hits the table, bang, he's back. And not only is he back, his heart has 0 injury. I have just had an EKG put on me last Friday. I have 0 injuries, none. He put 6 stents in me. He said, it should show the stents. The EKG acts like he's never been touched. He said, I don't know how to explain this. He's dead 3 weeks ago. He comes into the office, his oxygen is 99, his blood pressure is 120/70, his pulse is 72. It's like he's an 18-year-old that's never been hurt. He should be a wreck. He's got diabetes on top of it. His ANC has dropped 3 points. Went from 12 to 9. He said, if anything, he's healing up. Beyond it. You saw the nurse here with me. And I just passed everything. She said, I ain't never seen anything like it. And they gave me this thing to exercise with. Like that's some problem. And I can jump rope with the damn thing. And they're going, you know, how are you doing that? Well, I got this alien inside me. She's using me for a lifeboat. She don't want to lose her lifeboat, so she's probably causing all kinds of shit to occur in there. I don't know.
So Pipilum is maybe helping you heal from this.
I was cold, stone dead 3 weeks ago. Do I look like I've been dead?
No.
I looked in the mirror when they took me away in the ambulance. I was whiter than this paper. My eyes were black, sunk back so far in I couldn't even see the retinas. And I looked in the mirror in the bathroom in there and I went, I'm dying. Blood pressure 60/40. I'm dying. I get 3 words out. It's the last 3 words I could say. Get an ambulance. So they come in here and they pick me up and they wheel me out. And they tell me, you are in such bad shape. So as soon as the ambulance wheels stop turning in Fry's emergency entrance, the guy working on me just said, I got 22 seconds and you're going to be dead on the 23rd. I have got to do something. I've been holding off doing this. It's the last ditch effort. I tried getting blood in both your legs and both your arms and you have total blockage. There's no way I can get blood into your cavity and you're going to be dead in 18 seconds. So I got to do something called a ball and pin. You ever heard of that? I haven't. You ever see the top of his shoulder? He holds up this drill. Big ass woodworking drill. And he's got a gold cone on top of it. And he says, I'm going to drill down the top of your shoulder, through your bone, into your bone marrow. Then I'm going to flood the cavity where the heart is with a flood, a tsunami of blood. Otherwise you're going to be dead in the next few seconds. You got 18 seconds. He stands up like this. He didn't say another word. Puts the drill on me. Bang. I was a 12-year-old girl. I was screaming and hollering. God almighty damn. Can you imagine what that feels like? A drill bit going into the bone marrow? And as it fled through, and he's watching the monitors, and he goes, I have 8 seconds left. You're going to make it. and I'll make it. So that's crazy story as it is. It reminds me of this story, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Right, and that happened in Pitholum entered you in 1971, and so yeah, what happens next? I mean, you're on the craft, you're in the craft, you're on the.
I don't know what I told her. I said I had a heart attack. I'm dying. I'm laying on the bed. They're reading last rites over me, and I am talking to Pitholum. I said, I'm sorry, but my lifeboat. I've kind of sunk out from under you. I don't know what you're going to do. Where's your family? She said, don't worry. We're going to take care of all this. You'll be all right. I come out of this thing defying every explanation there is. I should be just damn dead. I shouldn't even be able to sit up and talk like this. She saw me stand up and I'm walking back and forth. I shouldn't be able to do that. Somebody that was dead 3 weeks ago can't do that. The atrophy of the muscles can't support it. I've had bruises. This bruise was the entire of this arm, and I have a bruise this big, black. And I shouldn't even be able to move this leg. 6 stents went up through this fold right here, up into my chest cavity. That's enough to kill somebody. You can't hardly move. I hemorrhaged at 3:38 that morning. Spewed blood onto the ceiling across the wall. And they had to put 2 gallons of blood in me. And
8 pints.
All my blood was gone. It was on the walls and ceiling. And they put it back in, and it barely moves the damn hemoglobin 0.01. So they said, give him another bag. He's not dead. Give me another bag. Come right back. Felt great. And even Dr. McDonald and Dr. Graham, they're sitting there. They said to me, they were sitting in their chairs looking at me when I woke up, and they said, we normally don't talk like this, but we're going to have to. What the hell are you still doing here? You should be dead. Nobody does this. I ain't never seen anything like it, Dr. Graham. I ain't never seen nothing like this. So they both concluded they know why I'm here. And I go, why am I here? You're after the hospital food. So I thought, okay, humor, they're using humor. They must feel better about me. And they said, you're going to make it. They said, you're going to be out walking normal, no crutch, nothing. You'll be driving a car. Done did that today. I drove the car just fine. And I thought, not bad for a dead guy. And
amazing recovery from 3 weeks.
Yeah, they said you should have at least brain damage. None. Arterial damage should be everywhere. None. EKG goes perfect. Crosses the entire page. I have one of the strangest heartbeats I ever heard. I said, what's it sound like? They said, it's hard to describe. Like an echo? Yeah. 2 heartbeats. I'm not alone. And I didn't want to tell them that. I said, got 2 hearts in there. Hard to kill somebody that's got 2 hearts. And so I don't know what's next. I do know this. This was told to me by JC himself, in person. Ask Daniel Brinkley about this. He does show up in person at times. He showed up not once, but twice. He made a comment about it. He said, this is the 2nd time today, second time in 4 days, because you're making a habit of this, we got to stop that. I said, sense of humor again.
So you're talking about a near-death experience?
Yeah, and he's telling me, he said, you can't come home. Dad says, you got a lot to do. And he's not through with you, and there are others not through with you. And I went, I thought your dad was mad at me. I mean, I've had a really rough life, It's been a fabulous life, but it's been rough. I have no relatives. Everybody's dead. I'm alone. I don't have any living relatives. I'm alone on this planet. And I'm sitting there going, he said, nah, Dad, you're one of his favorites. He likes watching you. He said, you're so fun to watch. And I went, I sure could use a break, I'm tired. And he said, oh, you're going to get some help. So, I don't know what's going on, but I do know this. I never cared about recognition. Don't care. Don't care if you remember my name. Don't care if you remember anything about me. I'll just come and I'm gone. That's all it was. Smoke. But I do wish y'all would know what I went through, because there's a story there. I mean, it's packed with everything. And are we alone? Hell no. We're not only not alone, we've got people, not just spiritual side, we got entities all over this planet. We're in trouble as a species. We're in so much trouble, we have become a galactic pastime to watch. What's going to happen with them Earthlings next? Let's tune them in and see.
Mm-hmm.
They're about to kill themselves. Do we come in and save them like we did in 2012? When we bumped them 3 MEs out of the way, CMEs? And,
So this the incident in 1971 and this fleet that's arriving now is somehow connected to...
I think it's her fleet. Because I asked her, I said, well, what now? I haven't got a whole lot of time. She said, that's true, you don't. I went, oh, God. She said, no, don't worry, it's not like that. She said, you got some changes coming. And I'm going, oh, shit, I don't like these words from her. I said, you're like that doctor, it's going to be a little uncomfortable. Changes, what? I'm going to end up on another planet? Or I'm going to end up with your race? What? Maybe. She goes, you have proven yourself to be way more resilient than we ever thought. We're not exactly sure who or what you are. I said, well, hell, all my friends tell me that. George lives up here, Hancock, he's a Navy guy. He swears to God I'll never die. He's a real born-again Christian. And he says, why did you gravel your whole yard, all of it? It's gravel all the way around, 2 acres of it. I said, I don't know, I just don't like mowing grass. He said, no, you did that because that's so the damn ships can land here and take your ass away. Because you're never going to die here. You're going to go off somewhere. And I'm going, that's a Judeo-Christian tell me that?
Well, is there another possibility that when this fleet arrives, or if it's here, that you might be a spokesperson for them?
At one time, for just a few seconds, I entertained that thought. I thought, God, what a sense of humor they must have. To pick my ass, Mr. Cyclone, like, I'm going to bring calm and peace. I'll do anything but that. It seems like there's mayhem occurs everywhere I go. No matter what I do, I'll be sitting still, minding my own business, and it hunts me down. White rhinoceros. I'm walking down the street. Next thing I know, I'm being mopped.
Right, but you have, you're a truth seeker, you express the truth, and people want that. People are looking for leaders, and people don't believe in the establishment. People don't believe in Washington, D.C.
I don't either.
They have no credibility, but you do because of your history and what you've experienced.
Somebody asked me if I would go through all this again, knowing I'd get all this. I said, for the people, yeah, I would. For the government, fuck no. But for people, yeah. I'd face the fires again. Yeah, I'll go through it. I'll fight for you. But for the government, I ain't gonna do it. Just not gonna do it. For people, I will. Don't seem like anybody stands up for the average person anymore. Nobody wants to risk it.